Cooper gets it out. One dribble and whoa. He had a...
With the 20th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Jalen Johnson from Duke University.
Listen, he's an extremely talented player. Great size, great ball skills, rebounds, defends. Obviously had some issues at Duke. Some stuff in high school as well, but when you're picking at 20 and then that sort of talent, certainly feel good about it. The group had a chance to interview him in Chicago and felt good with everything. So we're excited to add a player of his talent level to the roster. Well, as I just mentioned, we met with him in Chicago, and obviously, we've seen him play through all the high school events coming up, and obviously, I went the 13 games he played at Duke. Listen, John Collins didn't come and work out for us in the draft process either, so it's not the first time that we've drafted somebody that didn't come in and work out for us. See him as a combo forward. He's got the defensive versatility to play a lot of different positions, as you saw this year at Duke. And he's got the ball skills to play on the perimeter, but the size and strength to play inside as well. So, we view him as kind of the modern NBA, being able to play both inside and outside and defensive versatility.
I would say Jalen Johnson and where he was going to get drafted in the first round was the biggest mystery of draft night here. Now he goes to the spot at Atlanta at 20, which is intriguing. Not a ton of buzz about Johnson going to Atlanta heading into the night, but maybe he just fell there and they felt that he was going to be the big win because he has really high upside. The fact of the matter is he had a foot issue at Duke, and he frankly struggled against some of the better teams Duke played early. Now, understandably so. We had a COVID season, and from a day-to-day perspective, Duke was actually, in terms of where the players were living and what they were doing, testing daily, which wasn't the case with every single college team. Duke actually had a more rigorous day-by-day situation with COVID, and it led to a situation, frankly, where Johnson just thought it would be best to step away from the team and try and better position himself. I'm curious if you gave him some truth serum, if you thought he'd be as low as 20 on draft night when he left, if you thought that might have been the case. He can hit big. Certainly, there's a chance here for some steal, for a steal here, because some might argue he's a top 12, 13 prospect in this draft. But I think this is overall, Avery, I think this is actually pretty fair, all things considered, where he winds up landing.
As a pure talent, I think people would argue that Jalen Johnson was a top 10, maybe even top 5 draft pick type in this thing. I think a lot of people see a little bit of a young Ben Simmons in him. He's a passing 4-man, 3-man who can handle the ball, get others involved, but he's not the most gregarious guy. There's maybe a little bit of question of how much guys like playing with him, and the jump shot is a question, but it goes to show you that unless you're one of these top 3 guys in the draft, the NBA is going to be really thorough in their backgrounds, and they're not here to play around with any foolishness. Now, at the end of the day, talent trumps issues, and the number one rule of sports has always been be better than any problems or any perceived problems that you have. At this point in the draft, the Hawks are able to do a cost-benefit analysis and say, you know what? We've got a guy who's a legitimate lottery talent. We've got a budding superstar in Trae Young, a culture that we really feel we can take this young guy in and get him turned around and get him on the right track. Hopefully that's the case, because you love to see a young talent like this figure it out. But it's kind of an interesting story to see with just how deeply the NBA teams are going to go on these guys and how it can play out on draft night.
See execution first. And yes, you want to see the ball go in, but execution, good shots, high percentage shots. And there's Jalen Johnson using the EA. You can tell he was mature. His game obviously had a great career as a player, but good pass by Jalen Johnson.
He's not afraid to take a shot. Hauser.
He can shoot it.
Yes, he can. In transition, Johnson with the layup.
Fundamentally sound. Go get it.
Johnson looking good. Oh, nice look.
Eagles. Basketball IQ. You see right there the deflection. Everybody's so long. Anticipation is there.
Purcell again.
Somebody go help
Mouse
Edwards.
in the house again. That's a problem. How does that keep happening?
Boy, Edwards is motoring, and look at Johnson.
Nice drop off to Jalen Johnson. Nice finish.
It's off the charts.
It's been impressive. Okay, with a lucky roll.
Omer, and that one is swatted away. And
with Sharif Cooper out, you can expect to see Jalen Johnson doing a lot more of the ball handling, picking up on that responsibility. But
for the Heat, Miami lost to Utah yesterday afternoon, 84-65. And Johnson does a great job running the floor to finish.
That's a game changer.
Devon again, driving dish into the corner. Good spot there for Jalen Johnson.
Talking about someone trying to play their way into a contract.
Fifth steal of the week for Mays. Lob to the rim, alley-oop dunk, turned down, left-hander by Jalen Johnson. Roster $3.5 million a year coming up.
And that's inspirational.
Lob it up, lay in gently this time by Johnson. Almost went through it, had a side spin going toward the rim. Backdoor, Jalen Johnson, airborne before the ball arrived. On a Purcell on the trigger, into Johnson, over the top. Here's Schofield for the lead, and he got it through.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to get hung on that one, but just made it in.
And right on cue, Jalen Johnson allows us to keep talking about Johnson gliding down the floor again. Off the hesitation, draws two, weak side cut. Beautiful catch and score.
Shots. They've now hit, I feel like, 3 threes in the last 2 minutes.
Johnson, one of his own, coming out of the court.
Jalen Johnson with the ball on the wing, putting it on the floor, looking baseline. Fake spin. Nice jumper.
5 minutes later, Woj tweeted that he has signed with the Indiana Pacers. 5 minutes later.
Turnover. Jalen hits it ahead to Cooper.
Good
Gives
pass.
it back. Another rebound by Johnson. Putback is good. Oh, look out. Pacers. Stanley denying Mays.
Ooh.
Johnson ends up with the layup.
Again, Johnson.
Oh!